This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? Sports to the bone here again, man. Shout out to all the viewers, the subscribers, and the followers. Big up on yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, our young sprint sensation Christopher Taylor has set a new national 300-meter record. Now, for track and field fans, once they hear the name Christopher Taylor, all they can think of is natural talent and somebody that would have dominated high school track and field. Now, the former Calabar standout is currently based in the US and is steadily maturing into a top athlete. On Saturday of last week, Taylor lined up in a 300-meter event that we're talking about the New Balance Indoor Grand Prix meet that was held in New York. And, you know, he actually competed in the 300-meter event. Now, the silky smooth Taylor ran a very good time, a very good race. But, you know, his pace was only quick enough for a second. We're talking about splits of 11.45 seconds within the first 100 meter and 21.53 at the 200 meter mark. So, you know, we're talking about 32.80 seconds. And that is now the fastest time to be recorded by a Jamaican over the distance of 300 meter. So once again, we see that man Christopher Taylor is no joke. We know that the Four Bills is his pet event. You know, so to see him doing some amount of running in the 300 meter, it's actually good. And talking about that, you know, he would have competed also in the 100 and the 200 meter in his high school days. I mean, it is actually very good to see that Christopher is actually working his way back to very good shape, you know, because being so dominant throughout high school, it's very good to see that he is making it big. And I mean, separate and apart from dominating boys and girls champs years upon years, Taylor would have proved himself on the world stage, albeit it's at the junior level. Because I think it was in 2015 at the World Youth Championship that was held in Colombia, we saw how dominant Taylor was, you know, when he captured the 400 meter title in 45.27 seconds. You know, so we actually see that it wasn't a fluke throughout high school, because going up against other athletes around the world and being able to win gold in the 400 meter was no easy task. So from a very early age, we noticed that Taylor is somebody that would be a force to be reckoned with. And I mean, in my opinion, it would be really nice if Taylor would stick to the 400 meter, because throughout the years, you know, he would have been very dominant over that distance. We would have seen him at high school level competing, as I said earlier, in the 100 and 200. But where 400 meter is concerned, this youth is extremely talented, and he's actually built like a 400 meter runner. You know, so it would be nice if he is able to carry it on and dominate on the international scene. And his personal best over the 400 meter distance, I think, is around 44.88. And, you know, with continuous hard work, we can expect that to come down quite dramatically, you know, because 44.88 is a very good time. But if you're looking now, if you're going to put him up against the Lashawn Merritts and the Kirani James and all those top guys of the world, you know, then you will have to lower that down quite a bit. But, you know, it's work in progress. And I mean, it's coming out of high school and going straight on the scene like this, it's actually a good look for Taylor. And to be honest, viewers and subscribers, I really love when our track and field athletes are based in Jamaica and train in Jamaica, because we have some very good coaches here, some talented coaches, but looking at it from a perspective where you want the best for the athlete. As in regards to 400 meter, quarter mile, you know, I think Christopher Taylor would have made the right decision, because 100, 200 meter, we have very good programs here, but if you want to be extremely good at the 400 meter, I guess making your way over there to the US, it's actually very good in my opinion. You know, people that don't really understand the whole thing will say, boy, you know, he could have stayed in Jamaica. But looking at it, there won't be a lot of competition here for Christopher Taylor where 400 meter is concerned. Not only where training is concerned, but to be running on the circuit out here, you know, you won't get a lot of competition because we have college athletes out here and club athletes out here, 400 meter running like 47 and, you know, high 46. So to pull the best out of him, I am thinking that he would have made the best decision right there. Now that we are going through the whole situation with sports, you know, getting the green light, and then it seems as if the green light is going to turn into red and all of that. We just want to take a look at how beneficial this high school sports is to our youngsters. Now, remember, guys, we are talking about getting an opportunity to pick up full scholarship to study and, you know, to continue development overseas. You know, that is what most of our athletes get each year, you know. We know football, track and field, all of them, they get scholarship, but especially track and field. Most of our top athletes coming out of champs, they are always getting scholarships to go overseas. So when we are not having our regular high school meets, then you know that is an issue. And when we look at it, you know, the opportunities that these student athletes are provided with, I am sort of worried that the longer the kids aren't able to participate in competition, the more, you know, that they will actually be missing out on. Because if you are not participating, then simple means you are not getting the opportunity to showcase your skills or to showcase your talent. And as much as our overseas coaches might organize some little invitational meet to see you run and, you know, to basically assess your talent, when you are able to come up against athletes and at a competitive level, say for example at a boys and girls champs, then it really shows how good you are, especially competing under pressure. Yeah, man, viewers and subscribers. So our athletes not being able to our student athletes not being able to participate, you know, this is something that we need to think about, how detrimental this will be for some of these kids, seeing that it is their only way out, you know, as in regards to having a good career. No, not to stray too far, but, you know, just want to point out a couple of professional athletes that would have made it through our high school here sporting system. We're talking about people like Shelley and Fraser Price was very dominant at champs. People like Ewan Blake, you know, from over St. Diego there. People like Nathan Allen, another athlete from over St. Diego. A lot of these youngsters would have actually, you know, done very well at champs. People like Christian Garden, athletes like Omar Johnson, Javon Francis, you know, these are all athletes that did very well in high school. So, you know, it's just really sad that it seems as if we are going to be going into another long period or another long phase without our youngsters getting some good competitive sport. Yeah, man, viewers and subscribers. So it just goes to show how important it is for us to allow our youngsters to participate in sports. Now, back to our topic at hand as regards to, you know, the future 400 meter running in Jamaica. We haven't really had any dominant male over 400 meter, you know, except somebody like a Javon Francis and a couple others that were actually coming through. Looking back at champs a couple of years ago, we had people like Martin Manley, Ivan Henry, you know, and Nathan Allen. I think these are all athletes from St. Diego. We would have had more athletes from other high schools in Jamaica, but I'm really familiar with most of the St. Diego athletes, so that's why I'm actually talking about them. But we haven't really had anybody bursting out on the scene like that where 400 meter is concerned. So it would be nice if Christopher Taylor would, you know, go on to be dominant, to be a dominant force on the world stage. I mean, on a yearly basis at champs, we have class 1 athletes running 45, 46 thereabout in the 400 meter. So we want to see these guys go on and become top 400 meter athletes. So it's sad to say if our program is not moving on from the high school level as regards to getting these 400 meter runners to go on, then the athletes have to just go overseas. It is what it is, you know. I just saw the thing set. You know, and I mean, if we continue to work and develop in our 400 meter and our middle distance events, then we will have a lot of athletes sticking around. because they can get some of the best coaching where as regards to 100 and 200, but from 400 up, most of the youngsters tend to look overseas. So once we can get our programs up and running, then, I think we will have more athletes staying. And not to just put it in a box, because some of these athletes do only go away to develop, but some of them use the opportunity to get into some of the top universities to actually see if they can secure some bachelor's degree and master's degree and all of that. So there are a lot of scopes to it, but all in all, to finish off the video, we're just really happy to see that Christopher Taylor is back to his best and is running very good times. So we are looking forward to Christopher Taylor schedule for this season, because as we said, we know that this youth is a natural talented youth, and getting good coaching now will actually propel his career further, in my opinion. But as per usual, let me know what you think in the comment section as regards to Christopher Taylor and the 400 meter event. Sports to the bone, keeping you informed. Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm out.